Do it now. Really loud, but it's loud.
Hey everybody, welcome to PodBros. It's Thursday. I'm eating meat.
Yes, you are.
Do you ever have the hankering for just like basic food? I don't know how else to explain it. Like, so when you make food nowadays, you add things to it, right? Like
Yeah, sometimes.
Okay, I'll use mac and cheese, for example, right? So you take mac and cheese and you add some ground beef to it and you make cheeseburger mac, or you make, whatever it may be.
Okay.
And, excuse me. But every now and then, I crave basic mac, and that is what I made today. It's just basic mac and cheese, and then I made some steak on the side, because...
I eat a lot of plain food. Basic
Really?
Plain food, yeah. I try not to season stuff with anything. I like to taste the food the way it is.
That's valid.
And I think that it helps with when things are seasoned. It helps me appreciate the seasoning more.
Right.
Because it's a unique way of tasting the food with the different seasonings in it.
So that you get to taste the actual season.
Well, you get to enjoy the flavor. Well, when you eat plain food, when you add seasoning to it, you know what the plain food is with the seasoning added to it.
Right.
So you can enjoy both flavors.
That makes sense.
So, anyway, yeah, so it's ironic that I am saying that right now because I just ate at Taco Bell. So,
Which is not really plain food.
it's definitely not plain food.
It's more along the lines of not plain food.
Yep. So, it was still good, though.
Hey, so tomorrow we're going to have a special guest.
Oh, we are?
Yeah, his name is JD. He's a buddy of mine. And he's back in town.
That's cool.
It's awesome. You have your iPad today.
Yes, I do.
We should do the weather.
It is 55 degrees right now. Well, it feels a whole lot warmer than that.
It does, doesn't it? In here, it's really warm.
Well, in here it's really warm, but I mean outside it feels like it's maybe like... Oh, you know what? No, it is probably about between... It feels like it's between 55 and 60 degrees outside. So,
It's all the feelings in weather.
well, that's like... well, it's the whole thing where, some people do sound based on feel, and some people do sound based on decibels. Right?
And some people do sound based on both.
Yeah, and I think that's the best combination of both. So it's the same thing with weather. Is that, yeah, it could be 55 outside, but it feels 60.
Right.
Or it could be 55 outside and it feels like it's 40 outside.
Right.
Depending
on wind and wet and
moisture and stuff like that. So it's all about the combination of the two. Personally, when I run sound, I try to maintain a specific decibel level more than anything else. Like, that's the main thing I focus on, is the decibel level. And I will say that it does tend to be a little bit quieter when you do that. Because of the feel, actually. What's funny is that it's because of the feel, it definitely ends up being a bit quieter. But I prefer doing that than doing feel and then it being too loud. Because it may feel great to me, but there might be someone out there in the crowd, and yeah, it feels great at 100 decibels, but it doesn't feel great to them.
Right.
You know, and 100 decibels, it can be dangerous. You know,
To some people, absolutely.
and being someone that has superior hearing, and wanting to protect my superior hearing, I err on the side of caution with that in the decibel levels because I want to protect my hearing. I also want to be able to enjoy the music because I've noticed personally that when it's up above 95 decibels,
Yeah.
I don't know really where the threshold is between 95 and 100, but somewhere in there's a threshold, and the music goes from being enjoyable or whatever you're listening
To just painful.
to being painful or muddy or both. Actually, really, truthfully, for me, it's more 90.
It's the muddy.
It's the muddy, yeah, because once you get, unless it is a really crisp mix.
Which is our goal, of course.
Right. I personally think once you get past 90, the mud starts to set in, especially if it's not a crisp mix. If you don't have things set up correctly, it really gets muddy. And it's actually an argument that I've had with people, with other sound engineers, about, you know, the muddiness of things. And it's just like, I want to be able to hear it.
I want to be able to enjoy it.
Yeah, I mean, what's the point of going? I mean, it's not like, I mean, there is some music. I will say this: there is some music that you listen to, and you're not listening to the words. Mm-hmm. Let's be clear: you're not listening to the words. You're listening to the music, and you know. But even then, I want to be able to hear the instruments. I want to be able to hear the guitar because he's doing a really cool riff.
Right.
Or I want to hear the bass because the bass is doing an amazing bass line that's flowing with the drums. And I want to be able to hear that.
I want to be able to experience it all.
Yeah, I want to be able to experience the entire band.
And enjoy that experience.
You know, and especially one of the things that drives me nuts, because I've run sound, I've engineered for bands that have other instruments besides like regular like keyboard, bass, guitar, drums.
Right.
Like a saxophone or a trumpet or something like that, or a I don't think of what other instruments, like a fiddle,
harmonica,
or like even like a flute or something like
that.
Yeah,
absolutely.
And either that instrument is overwhelming, or it's just gone. It just doesn't exist.
It just doesn't exist. Yeah.
And I hate that. It's like blend it in with the rest of the instruments,
or at least be an engineer where when they do play, you bring it up so you can hear it.
Right, exactly. But I mean, the ultimate is to blend it in,
of course,
to where you know you have this cool song and you're like, "What's that? What's that really cool sound in the background?" It's like, "Oh, there's someone up there playing a flute in this heavy metal song."
That's really cool.
That's really cool. I've never thought of combining those instruments together, you know, or a flute with that kind of music, or whatever. You know, or a saxophone or something like that. But that's, I don't know. I guess I find it easier to do that sort of thing when you're maintaining a stable decibel level.
Well, everything that in all the studies and all that stuff, and then the arguments within engineers and is the some of the top engineers don't even keep a decibel reader around. Because they use it. It's a tool.
Right.
And a lot of people don't know how to use the tool, and it's a tool that needs to be calibrated. They don't just hold their calibration. You know, and so you could have, you know, you could put multiple decibel readers side by side if they're not all calibrated, and you'll get a 15 to 20 dB spread, you know.
That is true.
Across that, you know, and then depending on the weighting that you're using, and the weight. And this is all technical jargon, but the weight that you're supposed to be using apparently is the A weight.
That's what I use.
Which is what we use. I did use the C weight for a long time, and I did that specifically on purpose.
And the reason for that?
To make a point. Just to keep people from, being upset. Because the C rating is a heavier rating.
Okay.
And so it comes out hotter. And so you could put an A weight next to a C weight, and the C weight will say it's 90, it'll say it's 110 decibels. And the A weight will be right at 95.
Okay.
And so I can match it to a C weight and be like under 100 at C, and then that means I'm comfortably at 90 for the A weight. And I did that specifically on purpose because I did have a lot of people complaining
that it was too loud.
That it was too loud.
Oh, okay.
And I don't, me, neither one of us plays things loudly,
Yeah.
We like our hearing, and I don't care what kind of music it is. Well, it's supposed to be played at ear splitting. No, false. Right?
You can't hear it anyway.
Yeah, you can't hear it. It's
No, you've destroyed your hearing. You can't hear it anyway.
Exactly. And so, I want to be able to hear after the gig,
Yeah. Well, and of course there is always the other side of that where I know that there are some bands because the guy I used to work with at Walmart, he listened to some of that heavier music, and he was telling me about a concert he went to. It was a 3-day concert, and he was telling me about they always brag about the wattage of their speakers and the if you're gonna chew like that, can you back away from the microphone a little bit?
Sorry.
I know you're playing your game over there on your iPad, but
Ooh, I can hear you better now.
yeah, thank you. Yes, that. Thank you.
At least I'm chewing with my mouth closed. Nothing worse than people who chew with their mouth open.
Slapping their lips. Yeah, anyway, he always talk, they always talk about the wattage and the amount of decibels it puts out, and it's like I'm sitting there looking at him and I'm like, you're going to be deaf. By the time you reach 25, you're going to be deaf, bro. I don't care. I like the music.
Yeah, you don't care. You like the music, and then later on in life, when you have to get ear, what are they?
$1,000 hearing aids.
Yeah, crazy amounts of hearing.
I think the cheapest hearing aids are like $1,000.
Yeah, because that's helpful. Yeah. That's healthy for you. Go ahead. Yeah, get right on that.
Right.
So instead, we have people like us who we wear earplugs while we're doing sound.
It's supposed to potentially snow on Monday next week.
I don't believe it. It's a lie.
Thank you. That's what it says.
Snow on Monday.
Snow or rain.
As much as I like winter, I'm done with winter. You want to know why?
Hey, no one cares what you think. No, go ahead. Tell us why.
Does it sound different when I get closer to the microphone?
Yes, of course it does.
Why? Is it picking up my aura?
No, it's just that you're closer to the microphone. You nit.
Anyway, I'm done with winter because it's costing me an arm and a leg in my gas bills because we live in the monopoly state of...
If you would turn down the heat...
I keep my heat at 68 degrees.
Yeah. I keep my heat at 68 degrees, but my roommate likes to come out and turn it on and then leave. It's great fun.
Isn't it, though?
Oh, yeah, I like it. I like it when I get home and my heat is set up at 75.
Oh,
and no one's been there for 4 hours.
Gosh, that's the worst. So bad. Excuse me.
You okay over there, bud? You need
some
more water?
No, I'm dying. I'm trying not to eat the rest of my food because you don't like the smacking.
That's because you're not learning.
Because if you're not learning, you're dying?
Yeah.
This has been PodBros.
No. We're not done.
Oh. It's only been 5 minutes.
It's been longer than that. Huh. It looks like that thing was the issue.
Yeah, and they always warn you about that, too. Don't do this. It's going to die. No, false.
Oh, everything's running smoothly all of a sudden.
Yeah.
I should have done this a long time ago.
I should have done this years ago.
So, before we started recording the podcast, I turned on our recording device, and I turned on the system analyzer for our computer. I was trying to figure out why we've been having such problems, and the computer does this fun thing where the program we're using only uses about 10% of the CPU.
It's this new fun thing I'm doing?
And every once in a while the computer is like, oh, by the way, I'm going to do this other thing while you're using this program, and crash the program you're using because I'm using 80% of the hard drive.
Right.
Or of the
Or
CPU.
the CPU,
Sorry,
yeah.
the CPU. So I watched it happen once and then watched it happen again, and the second time I watched it happen, I turned it off. And it was like, don't turn it off. The whole computer will crash.
And we turned it off, and
the program is running so smoothly now.
and the computer did not crash. Of course, it's probably going to freeze here in a moment, and then we'll be like, ah. And we're back.
We spoke too soon? Yeah. And we're back now. Anyway, so, yeah, that was the weather.
Did you hear they're coming out with another Pirates of the Caribbean?
Without Jack Black?
Without
Not Jack Black.
Johnny Depp?
Johnny Depp, sorry.
Jack Black?
I don't know
What
why
is
Jack
wrong
Black
with
was...
you?
I think it was because I was thinking of Blackbeard.
Blackbeard.
And Jack Sparrow.
Jack Black.
Jack Black.
I get it. It makes sense now. I understand.
So what exactly is the movie? They're all about him. The heck are they going to do?
I don't know. I'm hoping that they do like a Treasure Island type thing.
That
would be
would
amazing.
be flipping amazing.
That would be very cool.
Very cool.
Very cool. I'm in a cool water sandwich.
But who would they have play
Captain Jack?
Captain Jack?
I don't think Captain Jack's going to be
No, not
in
Captain
it.
Jack. No. Who would they have play
Long
Silver?
John Silver.
If they were going to do
A
Treasure Island
reboot.
within the Pirates of the
Within
Caribbean
the Pirates of the Caribbean universe.
who would they have play Silver?
I could see maybe Keanu Reeves? No?
I think I could see it.
Bruce Willis.
No, gosh.
Morgan Freeman. Actually, that would be pretty cool. No, I got it. I got it.
Okay, I'm ready.
Liam Neeson.
Liam Neeson. Yeah, I could see that.
I've got a particular set of skills, see?
He does have kind of a cool accent.
He does.
That would
he
work
does,
really
and
well.
I think he would fit very well in that. You think so?
Yeah, I've been racking my brain about it since we talked about it the other day. I've been racking my brain about who could possibly play that
these
character.
conversations just pop up during the show. We've had these over and over and over again, and we're trying to figure them out.
Liam Neeson.
Liam Neeson.
Yeah.
That's my vote.
Or
Ewan McGregor.
I see it. No. All right. Okay.
Or the guy who played Palpatine.
Oh. Yeah, it's
Or-
kind of a similar character.
Or Dooku.
He's dead. Isn't he?
Is he?
I thought he was.
My apologies. I didn't know that.
He's the guy who played Dracula for years and years, right?
I don't know. You should look it up.
I'm actually literally looking it up right now. And of course we should know this because he's one of my favorite actors.
Yeah.
Also plays Saruman in The Lord of the Rings.
Then yes, he is dead.
So looking. There he is. Christopher Lee.
There's a wizard that needs taken care of here. You have no power here. Gandalf the Grey.
Thank you, Lord of the Rings comments. What about? Okay, no. So we've determined that Liam Neeson is going to play
Yeah, definitely.
the Long John Silver. So now who's going to be the captain? Because the captain's kind of a main character, an important character.
And of course, Arrow.
Yeah, the first mate.
So I think the first mate should be played by The Rock.
But the first mate dies, though.
Then the captain should be played by The Rock. I just want to see The Rock. I just want to just keep saying The Rock. I don't know.
Actually, you know what? No. It would be really funny if the captain was played by...
Jason Statham.
No. Okay, I was going to say... if we're going to go... I was going to say if we're going to go the funny route, then the captain is played by Kevin Hart, and Mr. Arrow is played by The Rock.
Yes, that's funny.
But, I mean, if we're going to do that, if we're going to do a comedy then... So now we're outside the realm of the Pirates movie.
Right.
We need to pick a different, I think, silver then, if that's the
Jack
case.
Black.
Jack. There you go. There you go. There you go. I see it. I'm feeling it.
Sold. Now, who plays the kid?
I don't know.
Freddie Prince Jr. or whatever the guy's name is.
What? Who?
The kid who's not a kid anymore. He's playing the good doctor on TV.
Oh, yeah.
But he would be perfect for the kid of that. He's got that, he's got that face.
But if we're doing... This is goofy, though. I want to go back to the one of the Pirates, though. That's the one I want to... I want to see an epic one.
Okay, so Liam Neeson as... And then Jet Li as the captain and Jason Statham as Captain Arrow, as Mr. Arrow.
Jet Li.
No?
Really?
I don't know. I'm just throwing ideas out there. Harrison Ford as the captain. Old salty pirate. Old salty captain,
What if he was the pirate?
What if he was
Long John Silver?
Long John Silver? Oh. And Liam Neeson is the captain. Yes. I like that. And then...
And the first... So who's Mr. Arrow then?
So now, does Mr. Arrow have to be a big guy? Or can he be... He's just got to be
he's a powerful personality.
Powerful personality. Chris Evans.
No, Chris Evans.
Captain America.
No. He's too much of a light person. Mr. Arrow is too serious.
Robert Downey Jr.
No. I think we're thinking too far, too inside the box on this.
Oh, no. Benedict Cumberbatch.
I could see him playing the captain for sure, but definitely the first mate. I could see that.
Yeah.
With him and Liam Neeson
back and forth.
Gosh, that's kind of a crazy combination.
That would be good. Or Jude Law. You can get Jude Law in there.
Who's Jude Law? Sorry, my brain is going blank right now on this.
Look him up. I love these fantastical movies thing. It's enjoyable.
Oh yeah, he does a good villain.
Jude Law. Yeah. Actually, he could play Long John Silver. That would be really good. Who do we have right now, though?
We just said it a minute ago. I totally forgot what it was.
Oh, no, I have a better captain. Hugo Weaving.
Okay.
Mr. Anderson, Mr. Smith.
Yeah.
As Long John Silver.
Wait, Hugo Weaving as...
The captain.
As the captain. And...
I see Liam Neeson back as Long John Silver. I forgot who he said as the...
I can't remember.
Dang it.
We could always pause and go back.
We could.
I mean, if we really wanted to.
Are we...
Harrison Ford is what he said.
Harrison Ford.
I think it was just because it was so far outside the box.
Yeah, that my brain just like didn't allow it to
just
happen.
moved along with it.
Oh man, I don't want to. Yeah, no, Harrison Ford needs to stay as Long John, with Hugo Weaving as the captain. Benedict Cumberbatch as Mr. Arrow.
Okay, so now we need to figure out who the kid is going to be. Silence. All right, let's skip over the kid for now because kid actors are a dime a dozen.
True.
The professor.
The professor.
Who's going to be the professor or the doctor, whatever he is. I don't know. I'm not sure who we could pick for that.
That could be Robert Downey Jr.
I could see that. Kind of a side role, though.
Chris Pine.
As the kid?
No, as the doctor.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not seeing it. Because the doctor...
Ryan Reynolds.
Maybe in the one with Jack Black and The Rock.
So we have a comedy version and we have a non-comedy
version.
It's a non-com.
Yeah, anyway. This was an interesting thought process.
Foray into
insanity.
Weirdness.
Well, it's the bottom of the hour right now.
Wow, we dragged that out for an entire half hour?
Well, it was about 20 minutes.
You're welcome.
What can I say except you're welcome? Ooh, which was also The Rock.
Yep. We like The Rock. I like The Rock. I think he's a great actor.
I enjoy his...
I enjoy his banter.
His stuff.
So
yeah, it's the bottom of the hour.
Stuff and junk.
And since we didn't talk about this at the beginning...
Why didn't we talk about this at the beginning?
Because you went right into the food thing.
Yeah, it's because I was hungry and I was eating.
Yes, you were. It's
Can
really
you hand me the
obnoxious,
water,
by the way. Really, really obnoxious.
Thirsty.
So, bottom of the hour.
Thanks. Bottom of the hour. PodBros, Podbean.
We are
Spotify,
on Podbean, Spotify, YouTube,
iTunes, Google Play, YouTube.
Google
Tunes?
Google Tunes.
Google Tunes and iTube?
And iTube. Google Play,
and
iTunes,
iPlay.
YouTube. And Spotbean.
Yeah, thanks for listening.
We are in the Quad City areas of Prescott.
We are?
We are.
Oh.
Specifically Chino.
I was asleep for that the last time.
You were the one who said it last time.
I was asleep. I know what I said.
Do you?
No, I don't, actually. Yeah, thanks for listening. We enjoy doing this and hope you enjoy listening to it. And for the next half hour, shebang! Commercial!
We're going to have about an hour of silence for Binky.
For Johann Schmengi. For
Binky. Johann Schmingy's the one who won all of the...
Johann Schmengi. You know what that accordion player needs?
A sedative.
A sedative.
That's what I have always considered this album as a lighthouse.
Beacon in a sea of
polka mediocrity.
Me too. Me too. Play it long, play it loud, Johann. And my apologies to Johann Schmingi's neighbors.
This is the happiest moment of my life.
Oh, that is an Odyssey quote.
Classic.
For for all y'all
Classic
out there.
Odyssey is what that was.
That is classic Odyssey. Very true.
Have you listened to any of the new ones?
I stopped listening to Odyssey about, I don't know, maybe 10 years ago.
Gosh, what a miserable existence.
What, not listening to Odyssey?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just kind of grew out of them.
I still
I
listen
like
to
them.
Odyssey.
I enjoyed them, but
I still listen to Odyssey.
yeah, I don't know. It was just something I stopped. You know what I listen to? Excuse me. You know what I listen to now?
Is audiobooks?
Is audiobooks.
I listen to audiobooks as well.
I just finished that audiobook. Star Wars is preferably my favorite on audiobooks. They are amazing. Star Trek's pretty good, but not as good, I think.
Well, I think that part of that has to do with the fact that you haven't watched all of them. All the Star Treks.
The movies?
The
Or the
episodes,
shows?
The shows.
Yeah, that's probably part of it.
Because the books fit a whole lot better when you have all the
When
context.
you have all the context.
Especially William Shatner's books.
Well, William Shatner's a phenomenal writer.
Well, and his books span the entire
The
Star
entirety
Trek,
of the universe.
the Star Trek universe prior to the invasion of
Gavin?
the no, not the invasion of Yavin. I was going to say the invasion of the child known as JJ.
Yes. Invasion of the Child. We don't like J.J. Abrams very much, do we?
He's kind of a ruiner.
Jar Jar Abrams.
You want to make a movie, huh?
Yeah, he is kind of a ruiner.
Seriously.
Ruiner of all things my childhood.
Good thing
So
Stargate.
far.
It's a good thing that Stargate imploded long before this, or he might have gotten a
He
hold of
would have
that
gotten all
too.
the Stargate and destroyed that too. Jar Jar Abrams.
Yeah. Anyway, let's not talk about him because he's a obnoxious thing to think about.
I know, but it
about.
is, well, tomorrow is Star Wars Friday, so we'll have to,
We will talk about it then.
we'll talk about something then, rant for a while.
Rant and
With our
crave.
friend, Yames. Yamid. Yamad.
Yamid? Who is this person?
James. JD. Anyway, I have no idea what to talk about. Do you have any good puns?
No. I have expended all of the puns that the internet has to offer.
That is not true.
I know. I just don't really like looking.
How about Chuck Norris jokes?
We've done a lot of Chuck Norris jokes.
Have we?
We have.
You know what movie I want to see them make? Another Mortal Kombat. Only not cheesy and with like all A-list actors. Like Mortal Kombat the later years where they've got like Chuck Norris and
Do you know
The Rock as Jax.
Do you know who the boogeyman checks his closet for every night?
Chuck Norris.
Did you know that Superman wears Chuck Norris underwear to bed?
Indeed.
Indeed.
Oh, I looked up Jaden Smith apparently yesterday because we were talking about it, and it's horrible.
Oh, that's right. Does he have tattoos on his face?
No, he does not. You're thinking of, I think, Lil Wayne.
No, not Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne doesn't have white hair.
Yeah, he does.
What?
Yeah, no?
I don't think so.
All right, we're going to check. We are going to check right now.
You check right now.
You don't know.
I don't know. That's why we're checking.
Little Wayne. Ta-da.
And there go my headphones. Off the back.
He does, actually. He has, like, weird dreadlocks
me
things
see.
that go from... that are white or tan or some,
Let me see
some
it.
color.
Let me see it. Picture didn't happen. Oh, that's not white hair.
He also has a lot of tattoos on his face.
No, I think I know who I'm thinking of. I just don't remember his name. He's the guy who's got gold teeth. He's got like shiny gold teeth.
Yeah, Lil Wayne.
It's not Lil Wayne.
Is he of the darker persuasion?
I think so.
Is he a rapper?
Yes.
Is it? I don't know.
Whatever. I'll find it some other time.
Well, it's not Chance the Rapper.
No, it's not.
All right, so now I'm going to have to look this up here and figure this out.
Anyway. Yeah, face tattoos, man. Weird.
Well, I mean, it's kind of just pushing it, you know? Like, do you really want to... Why do you want that all over your face? Who
Yeah, I don't
knows?
know.
Is it Eminem?
No, he's just weird.
Eminem?
He's like a big baby.
Yeah. They're all strange.
Yeah, they are.
Rap culture is unique to me. It is it's odd. Anyway, moving on. What are we talking about? I was looking up something and then I got derailed by hair. Rappers with hair. Weird hair. What was I doing? Oh, right. I wanted to do that. So, we don't talk about sports on the show very often.
No, we don't.
Why not?
Because you don't like sports.
I'm not a sports fan, but did you notice that the Chiefs and somebody else made it to
49ers.
Is it the 49ers?
Yeah.
Good grief. And I saw a... what kind of shorts do clouds wear?
What kind?
Thunderwear.
Ha! What does that have to do with sports?
What do you call an alligator in a vest?
What?
An investigator?
Ha!
What do you call a pig that does karate?
What?
Pork chop.
Mmm.
What do you call an owl that does magic tricks?
What?
Houdini.
Mmm. These are good. These are good. You got any more?
I do. What do you call a cow with no legs?
Ground beef?
Ground beef.
Nothing? You won't come anyway?
How do monsters like their eggs?
How?
Terra-fried.
Mmm.
What do you call an everyday potato?
What?
A commentator.
Mmm.
What did the melon say to the watermelon? What did the orangish melon say to the watermelon
What?
when the watermelon asked if they wanted to run away and get married?
What?
I'm sorry, but I can't elope.
Ah!
What do you call a thieving alligator?
What?
A crocodile.
Mmm.
What did the measuring device say to the collection of sediment?
What?
You rock.
Ah!
To which he responded, you rule.
Mm.
So, 2 goldfish are in a tank.
Okay.
How do you even drive this thing?
That was good.
What job did the frog have at the hotel?
What?
He was a bellhop.
Oh, this is good.
What has eyes but can't see?
What?
A potato.
What has ears but can't hear?
Corn. Why did the banana go to the doctor?
Why?
It wasn't peeling well.
Mm. You know, there was a guy who went to the doctor who was having bad dreams. He told the doctor, he's like, last night I dreamed I was a teepee. The night before that I dreamed I was a Quonset hut. The doctor looked at him and with a very serious look on his face and said, you need to calm down. You're too tense.
You're too tense. Oh. Becoming a vegetarian is a big mistake.
Mm. You ever notice that about vegans?
What?
They're like the most addicted to people to meat ever.
Oh yeah. Everything that is vegan tastes like meat of some kind.
This is I would like
This is a
I
black
would
bean
like
burger.
I would like the broccoli plate. Can you make it look and taste like a steak?
Yeah.
No one ever comes into a restaurant and is like, I need your best cut of meat. And I need you to make it look and taste like a piece of broccoli.
Yeah, no. Yeah, why are they so obsessed with meat? I heard a comedian talk about that once.
Did you?
Jim Gaffigan.
Hmm.
Can you dress it up like a cow? I like meat. I don't hide my desire to like meat. The problem I have with meat, though, is lately I've been eating it and it gets stuck in my teeth. You know what I mean?
Those are what toothpicks are for.
Or what are those, floss?
Mm-hmm.
Floss in paradise! But who cares? To my
Who
right,
cares?
to my right,
And
a bunch
now
of
it's time.
ministers, and ministers.
And now it's
to
time
my
for
left.
Corbin's Word of the Day.
So,
Damn it, Corbin, how do you feel?
were you nervous in the service? No.
Thrilled.
Thrilled. Fifth Element. Okay, so there's another movie. Since we've been talking about movies all day, let's talk about this. Should they reboot Fifth Element?
I don't think they should reboot very many movies at all.
Should they do another movie based in the Fifth Element universe, similar to Fifth Element,
About what?
but not call it Fifth Element?
About what?
I don't know.
So the problem I have with reboots
Reboot?
is that when they do the reboot, they change the story and
Butcher it.
they tend to ruin it. And I feel like if someone were to do a reboot and try the best they can to modernize the story as far as the graphics and the quality and maybe improvement of the acting, if that was, if some of those older movies
If it needed
are
it.
kind of cheesy as far as
Yeah.
that goes, but leave the story, not try to change the story to fit. Like we watch, there are movies that come out that show the way that life used to be, right? You have like stories about the Civil or like slavery in the South and stuff like that, and the Old West. And I guess I see these reboot movies as an opportunity to do that.
Correct things?
No, not correct things. You have an opportunity to do a reboot of this movie and show the way that people viewed the world in the 90s or the 80s.
In the 90s. Oh, yeah, that's valid.
Or the 70s.
That's valid.
But instead they modernize it, and it's like, okay, this is just a modern take on this story.
Well, see, I like... Okay, so let's say, hypothetically, we were to reboot Fifth Element and update it.
Okay.
This is my dream cast.
Okay.
Okay? So, Lilu, the main girl,
Okay.
played by Scarlett Johansson.
Ugh,
No?
gosh. No.
Why not? How about Brie Larson?
Oh, gosh. No, I said I wanted the story to be better. I didn't want to ruin it.
Scarlett Johansson's awesome.
Not a big fan of Scarlett Johansson.
How come?
I don't know. Something-
Jennifer Lawrence.
Something about the way that she does her movie, the way that she is in the movies that I've seen her in, that just, I don't know, just grinds my gears, I guess.
You want to know what really grinds my gears? Really? I don't know. I like Scarlett Johansson. Anyway, that would be my thought would be either Scarlett Johansson or maybe, I don't know. I'm trying to think of who else would fit into that.
You know what the problem is?
You know who would work? The girl from Jumanji.
Oh, yeah, I could see that.
The one in the game.
Yeah.
Or any of the ones, or any of them, because they were all really good, except for the Asian girl, because that just doesn't fit the role. But
Why not?
a short, tiny Asian
Wouldn't that make more sense? Not the short part, but an Asian looking person, because the majority of humans on Earth right now are Asian.
That's valid.
Or have Asian features.
Asian features.
So
okay, so the president though, Will Smith.
Will Smith.
The priest, and the priest's assistant. The Rock and,
saw that coming. Totally saw that one coming.
The Rock and what's his name? Kevin Hart. And I don't know how you would do it. I don't know which role would be
who would play Corbin?
Corbin Dallas. Keanu Reeves. Or Jason Statham.
Really? No, there was something light and humorous about the character. No, you know what? I'm thinking of, yes, Keanu Reeves would be perfect.
Yes.
I don't know. I'm like, I had to reach back a little bit. And I'm like, oh, that's right. Keanu Reeves is ridiculously hysterical.
Actually, no, I have a better for the priest.
Okay, go ahead. I'm ready.
John Malkovich.
Oh, gosh. That would be really funny. That would be really funny.
So Keanu Reeves as Corbin.
Yes.
John Malkovich as the priest, which would mean, oh no, we leave the Rock and what's his name as the Mandalorians.
Is that what they're called?
Eggnot. Is that your face? Take it off. It doesn't look good. You're a warrior. Be proud. I don't know who would play that role, though. He would have to reprise that role. Nobody could play Zorg like that.
Yep.
No. Jared Leto. The dude who played the Joker and is now playing that new vampire Morbius guy. As Zorg.
Yeah, maybe. How do you play a role after that? How do you reprise the role after someone like that plays a role?
I don't know. See, that's probably the reason why it hasn't been done yet.
That's like doing
because even for all of those, even for Bruce Willis, that role. I mean, those roles were phenomenal. What was that? 96, 97?
Something like that. Well, it's the same thing with
30 years?
it's the same thing with
20 years?
Any of Edward Norton's roles.
Right.
It's that same level of how do you pull off reprising that role?
Yeah.
They're such dynamic actors. That they take on their character, or their character takes on the actor.
Yeah.
And so I don't know. I've noticed that a lot of times with Bruce Willis's movies that a lot of them seem to be somewhat similar to each other.
Yeah.
And I have a feeling that you're seeing a little bit more of Bruce Willis and a little bit less of the character.
Than you are,
in his roles.
Well, and that's how Bruce Willis is. It's
so unlike when you have guys like Keanu Reeves, where it's like you watch him do the different movies that he's in, and it's like, how did you
switch into that?
How did you go from Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure to The Matrix?
Right.
How do you even make a switch like that?
You do.
You do.
You're a phenomenal actor.
Well, yeah,
and you get a lot of crap from everybody for it.
That is true.
And
he did get a lot of crap for it.
Yeah.
And the studio got a lot of crap for picking him.
Yeah, and boy, it turned out to be a good decision. It
was supposed to be Will Smith. Do you know that?
I could not see Will Smith in that role.
That was supposed to be Will Smith. He turned it down for Wild Wild West.
Oh. That's a career move that'll haunt you for the rest of your life.
I liked Wild Wild West.
I actually thoroughly enjoyed Wild Wild West, actually. Bloodbath McGrath.
I'm Artemis Gordon.
It's a good movie, actually. I thoroughly enjoyed that movie.
Shoot first, shoot second, shoot third, and maybe ask a question or two if anyone's left alive.
Right. All right, so on the Fifth Element thing, who would play Ruby? Ruby Rod.
The same person.
Yeah, you wouldn't have anybody else do it.
Unless, of course, you had Kevin Hart do it.
With The Rock as his little Ruby.
So good. So good.
Super green.
Oh my
Super
gosh.
green. Super green. How green?
More than a 2-word vocabulary.
Can't. Oh my gosh, I would. I can't. Oh my gosh, yeah, that would be funny. That would be really funny. No, I have a different theory on Lilu.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I still think Scarlett Johansson would be great for that role, but Angelina Jolie maybe
She's too old.
too old.
Yeah.
You need somebody young.
Well, what was the
Young
actress's
and
name?
Fair.
What was the actress's name who played Lulu in the first one?
Oh,
Who is that actress?
she's the Mila Jovovich.
Yeah, she. I feel like that was like a uniquely picked role for her.
Well, because at the time she actually didn't speak English, or very little English. And she's Russian, right, or something like that. I don't know. I read about it. It was pretty cool.
Yeah,
I don't know. I picture that role a little bit differently than it was. I picture it more. I don't know. I picture it more,
Yeah, I kind of had a feeling that that's what you were thinking, and that's kind of the reason why I said that would probably not be a good way to go, because she is a warrior woman.
Oh, that's valid. Okay, so then.
No. You retarded?
How about Elsa?
What? Can't have an animated character in a movie?
Excuse me? How about we do an entire... Oh, no, the reboot needs to be completely animated. So, did you hear about this? Are they doing this Last Airbender on TV or something like that?
I've not heard anything about it.
They're doing something with the Netflix or something. I don't know.
Are they going to try to reboot The Last Airbender?
Yeah, because the movie failed so bad because M. Night Shyamalan... Yeah.
M. Night Shyamalan'd it?
He Shyamalan'd it. I wonder sometimes. I mean, I know
No,
we're armchair movie mocking, but I mean, I do wonder sometimes where it's like, where is your thought process here on like going so far away from the story and the base?
That's what it is. That's why I'm saying no on Scarlett Johansson. It's because she's short.
Lily was short.
No, she wasn't. Scarlett Johansson is 5'3", and the actress who played Lilu is 5'9".
Oh, wow.
Completely and totally changes the entire aspect of the character.
It does, doesn't it?
When you have a super short character. A super short actor.
That explains why I like Scarlett Johansson so much.
Because you like short people.
Because she's my height.
Short, and bald.
Scarlett Johansson's not bald.
As far as you know.
True. Very true.
She does change her hair quite a lot.
Quite a lot. Anyway.
No, your hair was super short, and all of a sudden it's super long.
What about... Oh, no. What about the lady who's playing Harley Quinn right now?
I could see that.
As Lilu.
I could see that.
How are we still stuck on that? Let's talk about something else.
I'm just looking at the list of actors. From Fifth Element. And
Shoot the actors.
Why would you want to reboot it at all anyway? It was such a good movie in the first place. Right?
I agree.
It's kind of how I feel about Total Recall.
Yeah, Total Recall was kind of but they didn't do too bad.
They actually did a really good job of making it its entirely own story. And they did change the title, technically speaking. So they are technically different movies. Right?
Yep. No matter how much you push the envelope, it's still stationary.
Ha!
Okay. How much time do we have left?
Less than like a minute.
Oh wow, we're there.
Oh, maybe they didn't change the title. Never mind.
I was gonna say I don't think they did.
I thought the original was spelled with a K.
No, that was how Arnold pronounces it, though.
No, maybe it was the...
Total Recall.
No, in the remake,
It was recall.
He goes to the thing, and it's just called
And
recall.
it's just called...
It's called recalled, but it's spelled with a K.
Recall with a K.
And I think there's only one L. I think it's the Japanese way of writing it or whatever.
Something
recall
like that,
or whatever.
Yeah. Anyway, hey, this is PodBros. We're at the end of our time here, and so we're going to sign off. We're on Spotify, Google Play, all that fun stuff. We are a production of Sound Bros Productions. Thank you for listening. We really appreciate it. We're glad you're here with us. If you have anything for us to talk about, let us know. And tomorrow we will have our friend JD on the show, and we will talk all things Star Wars, sci-fi, and gaming of some kind, like tabletop games.
Oh, that's right. He does
like Cosmic. Yeah, we do that stuff. So anyway, we'll be back tomorrow, and we hope you learned something today, even though we didn't really talk about anything that was learn-worthy other than our brains. No, actually, we talked about
the sound at the beginning.
Sound stuff.
Yep.
So we hope you learned something, because if you're not learning,
you're
dying. Slowly sliding backwards.
No. That was my uncle. Right before he died.
Yeah?
He put oil all over his back. Okay, anyway, I'm not going to finish it. I'm just going to leave it at that.
So
you guys can figure it out from there.
If you're not learning, you're dying. So stay alive.